the number one winner in this election really is the none of the above apathetic party. We're looking at a voter turnout, possibly a record low, in the low 40s percentage wise. And so most people in Ontario, a vast majority, took no interest in this election at all and didn't vote. And that's something I think people are going to talk about in looking at the health of our democracy. Voter turnout's been going down for years across many countries, Canada included. But this, for Ontario, this is a new low, and I think that's going to prompt some soul searching about how things work.
Well, thank you, everyone. What a night and what a result.
You know, after 2 years of this pandemic and tons of scrutiny about how the government handled that at the time, we then had this kind of boring election campaign where the polls never moved. A lot of the things the opposition parties were saying didn't seem to get a lot of traction. And last night, we saw the results. Doug Ford does better than he did in 2018, more than 80 seats, a big majority, over 40% of the popular vote. And this premier that a lot of people said was a polarizing figure now has the confidence of 40% of voters and is going to govern for another 4 years. And then the result was so crushing to main opposition parties. Both of their leaders quit on the night, which I don't think we've seen in a long time, if ever.
It's time for me to pass the torch, to pass the baton, to hand off the leadership of the NDP. And you know what? It makes me sad, but it makes me happy because our team is so strong right now.
For the opposition parties, they're going to, I think, have some soul searching. We're going to see some divisions laid bare. The NDP in particular, there were lots of people complaining for years that Andrew Horwath wasn't left enough, she wasn't bold enough, wasn't progressive enough. For the Liberals, they just went through a leadership exercise, chose Stephen Del Duca. Now they're going to have to find somebody else. It's not a very attractive job at the moment. They don't have official party status. And that's more than just a symbolic thing. It means they don't have a ton of money from the legislature to have assistance and research, and they're left at the end of the line for questions and question period, and they're shoved in the back of the legislature in the worst seats, the cheap seats. So that party is going to face some tough questions about its future and what it's going to look like.
And I can tell you, we are ready. Ontario's ready to get it done.
For Doug Ford, these are going to be 4 challenging years for sure. The party that he leads has changed under his leadership. It made direct appeals to different segments of the electorate, sort of a broader base for the Conservative Party. You know, they reversed themselves, they raised minimum wage. There were various things that they did. But now the tough job of actually governing is going to come into effect. He's got, from the pandemic, the financial situation is not great. They have a huge deficits. The debt's going in the wrong direction. They're going to have to get that under control. They had not made that a priority in their last budget. In fact, their priority instead was their election message, which was, we're going to spend money on hospitals, new highways, public transit. And when you make those kind of promises, you actually have to get some stuff done. Get it done was his slogan. So he's got 4 years now to try and actually get some of these things done. And as we all know, building a subway line or a highway, these things take a long, long time to even get a shovel in the ground. And it'll be a challenge for them to make that happen.